Would you treat your children the way you treat yourself? Would you give your kids the life that you have given yourself? If your kids turned around or turned up with the habits, the thought process, and the life that you currently have, would you be happy for them? Would you be proud of them? Would you be excited for all the things that they have coming towards them? Or would you be disappointed that that's where they ended up? Now, this is a question that I've proposed before, and it ruffles some feathers. Because, people come back with, I'd love my children regardless. So would I. I tell my children all the time that I will love you no matter what. It doesn't mean that there aren't better life choices. It doesn't mean that they should make better decisions. It doesn't mean that I don't want them to look after their health and their fitness and their life and their future. So based on the decisions that you are currently making, if they embodied you, would you be pleased for them? Would you be excited for them? Or would you be disappointed that they ended up exactly where you are? Because I firmly believe that your role as a father is to give them the tools to far out exceed you, to exceed everything that you achieve in life, and then 10x it, 100x it, 1000x it. They should take what you have done and just take that to the stratosphere. But you have to provide them the life skills. That's why when I talk about health and fitness, and this one always gets people, this isn't about you. Being strong, fit, and healthy isn't fucking about you. It's about them. It's about setting the standard. It's about teaching them. And also, it's about them seeing you struggle, do hard things, be consistent, overcome. It's about teaching them the life lessons that come from these things. It's about giving them a leg up. Remember, statistically speaking, if one parent is obese or overweight, there is a 50% chance the child will be. If both parents are, there is an 80% chance. Do you want to burden your children with having to overcome that? Do you want to burden your children with having to learn and outwork the epigenetics that you have given them when they get older? Or do you want to establish now, and at any stage, the skills for them to build upon? The skills for them to learn and become better versions of themselves? Because you have the capacity at any moment to give them these skills. You have the capacity at any moment to change your outcome and teach them a better way. The only question is, are you going to do so? The only question is, are you gonna give them the opportunity to excel in this life? Because only you can control that. That's why I think when people are like, oh, it's called a dad bod for a reason, still the dumbest fucking excuse I've ever heard. No, it's not acceptable. No, it's not okay. It's literally going, I'm going to blame these perfect little angels for the reason why I gave up. I'm going to blame these innocent little children for the reason why I am unwilling to do the work. Remember, they're not mutually exclusive. You can, despite what so many people want to tell you, spend time with your children, be a present and involved father, and exercise. I know. Mind-boggling statement, but it's true. It really is true. You can exercise and still spend time with your family. It's about priorities. And if we examined your day, if we examined how you spend your time, would we find that you waste a shit ton of it? Pretty much guaranteed. Like, I don't really know anyone who doesn't waste time. I don't know anyone who doesn't have the capacity to invest more time into themselves if they wanted to. Yeah, it might mean that you'd have to give up some of the things, you know, the sedation things, TV, social media, porn, wasting time on things that don't matter. yeah, you might have to make some different life choices, but I can nearly guarantee, actually, I'm going to go out on a limb and say I can guarantee that unless you are working basically 16 hours a day and all you do is work and sleep, you could find time to exercise. You could find the time to do the work. You're just making a choice not to. And that's the part that people don't want to accept. And that's the part that people don't want to admit, that they are making definitive life choices and not doing what is required. Because that shit hurts. It requires some introspection. It requires, looking at the man in the mirror and being honest with yourself. And that's uncomfortable. And people don't want to do that shit. But A, that's called being an adult. And B, it's what's required. You have people depending on you. You have people who need you, who love and adore you. And that requires you looking inside and looking at the things that you're willing to do. And looking at whether you're willing to keep putting your feelings and your emotions first, or if your wife and children and those who love and adore you matter more. It's not an easy question, but those who do great things in their lives, and don't get me wrong, being a great present father is a great thing. But it requires you giving up the sedation. It requires you not giving into the things that are easy. It requires that we step back into being men and not being soft and not kicking it down the line and blaming our children and, using them as scapegoats as to why we get to stuff our pie holes and why we get to be out of shape and why we get to be overweight and unable to participate in their lives properly, and why we are then passing those genetics onto them. But it's not genetics, it's life choices, it's epigenetics, it's habitual habits picked up from them watching and mimicking you. And I saw one today that just cracked me up, and it's so, people will get offended, but fuck it. It's not that it runs in your family, it's that nobody runs in your family. Obesity isn't something that's passed on genetically speaking. It is passed on by the habits and the choices that you make. So if you aren't happy, and let's be real fucking honest here, and I'm sure people are going to get in the comments and get upset by this, but let's be real fucking honest here. If you're overweight or obese, you're not happy. Because your body's not happy. It's not functioning the way it's supposed to. It's unhealthy. It's placing strain on it. It's placing strain on your joints. It's placing strain on your heart and your organs and all these kinds of things. It is. And everybody wants to look good. It's why everybody who talks about, it's fine, we should accept the way we are, the second they give an opportunity like Ozempic and Mounjaro and all these kind of GLP-1 drugs, they're like, oh my God, yay me. No, it's that you weren't willing to do the work. It's that when the easy way came out, you're like, yeah, I'm all on board, it's for my health now. No, it's that you weren't willing to put in the effort beforehand. People want the shortcuts, they don't want to invest the time. But the truth of the matter is that that's actually where the greatest benefits come from. That the true benefits of being in great shape, the true benefits of being strong and healthy and stuff, doesn't come from the physique. It comes from the lessons that you learn from it. It's the ability to say no to instant gratification. It's the ability to be consistent. It's the ability to continue to show the fuck up and do the work, no matter what. It's the ability to say no to things that are easy in the moment and say yes to the things that require work and long-term follow-through. That's where the benefit comes from. That's where the life-changing things come from. And that's where you need to get to. And this is the difference. So I'd ask again, if your children had the life that you currently have, would you be happy for them? Would you be proud of them? And if the answer isn't a resounding fuck yes, make some changes. And I will be honest, I will raise my hand, and my answer isn't a resounding fuck yes. In some areas, yeah, it is. In health and fitness, I am doing the work, and I am building what I am proud of. No, I'm showing up every single day to get better and to do better and to be better. Do I want to continue to improve? Absolutely I do. But I'm doing the work and leading by example. But in other areas, in where our, life is, no, I want to do so much better. I want to build something so much greater than this. I want to build a life that they'll be like, fuck, I want to live a life like Dad did. I want to get to the point where someone says to them, oh, you're just like your dad, and that'd be a really proud fucking moment, not a cringe-worthy moment. And people will get in the comments, and I've had them before, where it's like, oh, it's more about who you are as a person. Yeah, it is. Again, they're not mutually fucking exclusive. You can be in great shape, be healthy, be fit, be capable to take on the world, to be harder to kill, to be able to provide, to do those things, and be a good person. It's not like you install a six-pack and you're like, oh, douche monkey. Yeah, there are many douche monkeys out there, but it's like all of the things. It's like money doesn't make you greedy and selfish. It just makes you more of who you are. So if you're already a narcissistic prick and you get rich, well, shockingly, you just become more of that. Same with health and fitness. If you're already strong, fit, and healthy, and you're a douche monkey, it'll just amplify that fact. But if you're already a good guy, lo and behold, it'll amplify that. These things don't change your personality, they just amplify them. But they're not mutually exclusive. People want to throw up these roadblocks, these excuses of why they won't do those things. Because it'll change who they are. Or, because they want to be present for their family. Or all these kind of bullshit reasons. No. You're throwing up excuses and blaming it because you don't want to do the work. You don't want to invest into yourself and, put that time in. You aren't willing to do what is necessary, so you blame and throw up other reasons as to why you won't do those things, knowing full well that they are absolute bullshit. So the question becomes, do you want better for your children? And I'm hoping the answer is fuck yes I do. Because, that's a whole different other kettle of fish if the answer isn't absolutely. But if you do, that means you have to start with you. And don't become that dick who neglects his family to do that. No. You have to find other ways. You have to give up the things that are unimportant. You have to sacrifice your sedations and your easy and your comfort and be the man and the father that they deserve. That's what is required. That is what is necessary. The question becomes, are you willing to do it? Are you willing to invest into you for them? Are you willing to build the greatest version of you so that they can have this shining beacon of what is possible? And then they'll step up and they'll lead their best life and they'll emulate who you are. And you have built this incredible platform from them to leapfrog for. That's what you want to do. And it starts by demanding greatness of yourself. Not for you, but for them. It starts with you. The only question is, are you willing to make that choice?